In this video tutorials, we are going to look at how we can be able to make a design like this. This is a citation design and it's quite simple to make, and I just want us to look at how we can bring this to life. This is Max Graphic, your online graphic school. Stay and watch this video till the end, and you can also be able to create something like this and then use for your design. So what we need to do is to clear up this and then we get started. But before that, let's check the size and note it down so that we will know what the size of this particular design I've made here. So when you actually look here, you can see that the size of the design is 4 by 5 and we have it right here, and you can just simply enter the same figures and then you create your design. So let's clear the design and then we start. So this is what we have, and we have to now make the background, set the space, and you just come and click 4 and then we make here by 5, so 4 by 5, and then this is what we are using for the design. We are going to start here by importing or placing our shapes, and then we continue from there. So just click on the plus sign and shapes, and then this is what you have right here. This shape right here is what you get. What we simply do is to bring it down here. We are going to change the color of the shape so that we will be able to differentiate the color, the shape from the. So this is the color we are using. The color is right here. So let's just look for it. And then we apply the same color. Apply the color. So this is the color we are using. We just select it. We place it down below here. Just place it down below here, and then you lock it. So after placing it down below, you just click on the check mark. Then you lock it before you proceed. Just lock it to avoid any movement. So we have it locked this way. So the next thing to do here is to bring in another shape again, and then click on the plus sign. So as usual, just bring in this shape. We are going to bring in another shape, and then we place it right here. Open it up a bit. Open it up a bit, and then we place it right here. You place it right here. So you're going to place it very nicely. So take your time and then you make sure your shape is well placed and you are good to go. So you can see we have to center align it. So we have to center align the shape and we are good to go. So just come here, use the relative position, and then you position your thing very well. You click on the check mark. We are going to apply shadow to it. We're going to apply shadow effect to the shape. So we just scroll this way and we look for shadow. We're using shadow, not inner shadow. So shadow is select shadow, enable it, and we have something like this. Very cool. Something like this. Very nice. We click on the check mark, then we lock that shape too. Have to lock it. And then we have something like this. So we are going to again bring in another shape, and this time around apply something different to it. So this is the shape we are bringing in. So once again I open it up. Once again I open it up and I open it up this way. Just open it up, but increase the size. Increase the size and then make sure it's well placed this way. So we are going to apply radius to it. So radius to this one, so just apply radius, and then we go to the. So right now the effect is not seen because of how the whole thing is white, and then another white one is placed on it. So we just go to the shadow again. We're going to the shadow again. We click on the shadow, enable the shadow, so you can see that the radius is too much. So the radius is too much. So the shadow again, and then you have to go back and take the radius down a bit. You have to take the radius down a bit. So edit the shape, the radius, I think 10 will be okay. Let's see what 10 gives us. 10 will be okay. 10 is okay. So you can see we have something like this. Good. But let's reduce the size. Let's reduce the size. Let's reduce the size. We have it this way. So you just have to take your time. But for the purpose of this video, I wouldn't want the video to be long. So I'll just make sure the idea is being well introduced or given out, and then you can take your time, then do it well. You can take your time to make sure that the thing is actually well done. So what we are going to do here is to change the stroke color of this last shape we just brought in. We go back to stroke again, then we are going to look for the color we use for the other shape, and then we apply the same thing as the stroke color. So this is the color, we just apply it as the stroke color, and then reduce the blurriness of the a bit, and then you click on the check mark, and this is what we have. So you lock it again, and then you have something like this. Very cool, something like this. And we are going to again bring in another shape. So we are bringing in another shape again. So we click on the plus sign here. So let's just bring in another shape. So, or better still, we can copy the first one, this one right here, the one that the color has applied to. We just copy it, and this is what we have. So what we simply do here is to reduce the size. We're going to reduce the size a bit and apply shadow to it once again. Applying shadow to it, you just click apply the shadow and click on the check mark. Reduce the size a bit again. So you have to place it somewhere here. You have to make it look reasonable. Sure, it looks reasonable, and we are taking it behind the one it is just on top. So just take it behind that one. Just take it behind that one. So we are taking it behind that particular one, and this is what we do. Just take it behind it. Take it behind it this way. Then remember, we have locked the element. It's all that one that can move, and that is what we want. Very good. So what we simply do is to place it on top of the other one. Let it overlap in a way that it wouldn't be that noticed when somebody is looking at it. So we are going to make sure we place it somewhere this, and then place it somewhere this. You have to increase the size a bit. So let's increase the size a bit. So bring it up again. Make sure you just increase the size a bit. Place it somewhere here. You're going to increase it. Just make sure you take your time. Then you bring something very nice on board. So we have it like this. We have, I think it's still somehow longer than the other one. We need to make sure that it overlaps very well. We don't need it to be too much, and then okay, we have something like this. Very good. So this is what we have. Place it well on top of this one, and then we send it to the back. Okay. Finally, when you are able to achieve something like this, and then see how we want the thing to look, and we have achieved that, and the next thing he has to do is to bring in another shape, and then we create something like this. So this is what we simply do, and to shapes, then we have to change the color. So we're seeing how the thing is looking whilst we are working on it. We just change the color to what we are using, so we have it this way. So we just have to reduce the size. This time around we need something very small. So you go back to radius, then we have the radius 100, then we reduce the size so much. It's going to reduce the size, and we have something like, so we place it somewhere here. Place somewhere, you click on the check mark. So just make sure you place it well. So send it back a bit, and then we use our relative position to position it very well. Click on the check mark. This is what we want. So we have created something here. We are going to now bring in another shape again. but this time around it's going to be made in a way that we can insert the picture there. So we click on the plus sign again, shapes, and then we have to make sure the radius is 100, and we click on the check mark. So the shape has been transformed to a circle, but because it's white on a white background, you wouldn't notice that. So click, go to texture, select texture, and you click on this. This will take us to our gallery where we can select the image we want to insert there. So this is the image right here, the first one. I'll select it, and then I have something like this. So what I simply do here is to select 1:1, then I'll reduce the size, because at this particular point you need to be careful, not that you insert your image in the frame and it wouldn't look good. So just make sure you take your time and then you achieve something very nice. So click on the check mark, click on the check mark. You can see the image is right here and the circle is now showing. So you just have to do something like click on the check mark, and then you add a stroke to it. You're going to apply a stroke, so the stroke color should be the same as the color we have been using throughout the design. So click on it. This is the stroke we have applied to it. So reduce the size of the whole thing, and then replace it somewhere up here. Something like this is not bad. This is very good. So just make sure it's placed like this very nicely. So just center align it. We are going to center align by using relative position. And we have something like this. And we lock it. Sorry, let's lock it, and then we continue. We have locked it and we're good to go. Another shape again. So just introduce another shape again. So what we simply do here, I'll come here and copy this particular one. I'll just copy it, and then we edit that one for what tool we are using. We're going to use, so it wouldn't work that way. So let's just take it off, and then we create our own shape. So we have something like this, and the color again will be changed, and let's change the color. Let's change the color, and then change the color to our dominant color. So just change it this way. Okay, very good. So we have something like this. We go back to radius, and we have our radius 100, and then we place it right below here. We are placing it right below here, and then we have something like this. Something like this. So we click on the check mark, and we have something like this. Very cool. You can reduce the size to a bit and replace it in the middle one. This again by using the relative positioning. This is what we have. This is something very cool that you have right here. So we are going to now start bringing in our text. So just go to this one. You type this particular one text here. So let's bring in this text, and we type something. Let's edit it, and we are good to go. So let's edit the text and type citation. So citation, click on that. Okay, so we have it here. We have it right here. Citation. We have it right here. We're going to change the font of that particular one. Let's just look for font to change the font. So let's look for a very nice font. So we have to go through the font and use this particular font here. Let's use this particular font here. No, this one doesn't look good. So let's check this, how this one will appear. So this one is not bad. So just increase the size, and then replace it somewhere here. For the sake of this video tutorials, I wouldn't want the video to be so long, so we have to change the color. Let's change the color. So change the color of the text to white. So change the white this way, and we have to again bring in another writing. So just go to text, introduce a text, and then you bring it down here. So we just enter, edit, and we are good to go. You just type in great. So you just type in great honor of. So make sure that each first letter is always caps, and then you have something like this. Click on OK, and it appears this way. I have to reduce the size and then place it under this particular one here. We are going to change the font, so we go back to fonts again, go up to fonts, then we go to my font and we look for Mount Sarah. Mount Sarah is here, so Mount Sarah semi-bold. Click on OK, and this is what we have right here. So this is what we have here. We change the color to our dominant color here, or the color we have been working with. So we just change the color that way, and we have something like this. So this is what we have here. So what we do next here is to just lock them. If there's any adjustment, we'll just come and then unlock and then we'll work on them. So we have something like this. We bring in another text. This text is going to contain the name. We just edit the text and write the name of the person you are wishing. Just type the name of the person you are wishing. So I have typed this and I click on OK. Make sure they're all in caps. You click OK. So we have our text this way. We have to reduce the size. Let's reduce the size. We have to again look for a font for this. So we go for fonts and we have to select Mount Sarah again, but this time Mount Sarah bold. Mount Sarah bold. Mount Sarah bold is not bad. Click on OK, and we have it this way. So let's increase the size a bit. We're going to increase the size a bit so that size a bit. I think this is okay. We just place it in the middle right here. So let's rather reduce the size of this particular text that is in great honor. So rather take down the size of that one a bit. We have it this way. We are going to change the color of the name. So we just go to the color again. We change it to this particular one. And we have to lock it. Just lock them. We have locked them. So we just introduce the shape again. This design is full of shapes, and if you are not careful, you just wouldn't want to tempt it. But it's very good too. Design is very good. So just change the color of the shape to what we want to use. Just change the color back to this. So we reduce it a bit and then we place it right below this particular one here. Place it right below. So a line, something like this. Something like this, and we place it right here. Click on the check mark. See? Click on the check mark and then we have something like this. But we have to place it center aligned. We have to place it somewhere. Use the relative positioning right to it will be centered this way. Very good. So we are going to bring in probably the last text and we are good to go. So just go to the text column, then we have to bring in the text. Let's just bring in the text. In the text here, we edit it. We're going to edit the text here and just type this. Type the wish we are giving to the person or the appreciation. So I extend my deepest gratitude, blah blah blah, and you just type it there. That depends on you. Click on OK. So you can see it's very big, it's very huge. So we just have to reduce the size and like this, and you change the color To make it readable, we're going to change the color again to that color we are using. So we have something like this. Very good. Have something like, so you can see that I've used left alignment for this text here, the last text we just brought in. That is to have something good. You can't use center alignment for this particular one here. It wouldn't look so formal. It doesn't sound. So we have something like this. We are going to now copy this text, the name citation. We're going to copy it and do something that will be the last thing, and we are through with our design, which is ready to save. So just go there and you copy it, change the color. After copying that, change the color to, you know, the color I'm talking of already. So just change the color, and you edit the text. Edit it and just write thank you. Just write thank you. Okay. Use the size. Sorry, didn't lock that one. That is really bad. So lock it and just type the thank you. Just type the thank you. And you place it below the text here. Thank you. So the thank you. And you place it. You place it right. So let's use the relative positioning. The relative position, we have it placed in the middle like this. So this is the design we are able to come up with. And you can see that everything is very nice, everything is very clean, and you can use this design as a template when you save it in your PIXELLAB, and you are good to go. And that is what we have for today. So thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to this channel to stay updated. This is Max Graphics, your online graphics school. See you in the next video.